Namaste, my dear friends. You're with Alenoli on channel Spirit of Jatayu. Thank you for joining us today. I was thinking for a while, and now I think I'm ready to do another video about our feelings and emotions. And it's not the first time I was talking about that, because I think it's important part of our lives. And today, that's what I wanted to talk about. So, as you all know, we all have feelings and we all have emotions. And there is, as much as they're connected, they are different from each other. So, for example, I wanted to just let you know what I read on one of the psychology sites and psychology research, that what's feelings known as a tool through which we are experiencing our surrounding, we are experiencing our world, we are learning through our feelings, because we are in a physical body in this realm, and each feeling attached to the organ through which we are able to observe our surroundings. And through our feelings, we know that we are still alive. So what's our feelings? There is 5 known feelings that every one of us has. Most of us. It's touch through skin, it's the sight through our eyes, and hearing through our ears, smell, it's the olfactory, like nose, and the taste, that's our tongue. We can learn our surroundings through those organs and through those feelings. They have a significant role, and we do have memory of each feelings, and it's stored in our head. And quite often, I'm gonna use an example: the perfume. Say if your high school teacher used a certain perfume and she was not the best teacher, and you had developed some fear going to her lecture, every time you will smell that perfume somewhere on someone else, you instantly will dig the emotion that attached to that feeling. So as soon as you smell the emotion of fear or emotion of say irritation or love, can be brought back to you. So that's how feelings and emotion, they are in cahoots to help us, right? And the memory involved as well, because everything that we feel or go through, we do remember. We just not always can pull it from our memory as fast as we can, but it's there. So feelings is almost like conscious evaluation of our surrounding, and emotion, I think it's our reaction to the stimuli. So Paul Ekman, he one of the psychologists, he identified 7 main emotions, and they are fear, anger, disgust, sadness, surprise, joy, and amazement. If you look at the list, you will know that negative emotions dominate our life, and that's quite sad, I would say, because out of 7, surprise and joy and amazement, and joy actually Yeah, no, the surprise. I mean, surprise. They can be either negative or positive surprise, so they are 50-50 emotion. But joy and amazement, only two practically that are positive emotions that we have. And I wanted to like talk about those emotions and see how they can affect our life. For example, positive emotion, love. So what would you experience? You will be cheerful, you'll be loved, affection, compassion, generosity, festivity, hope, admiration, freedom, gratitude, acceptance, goodness. That's the really positive aspects of that positive emotion, right? And so what it does, it creates positive waves, higher vibration, and thoughts are positive and constructive. You are creative, you are more open, you're thinking out of the box, you're not afraid of ideas because you know it's safe. Because love is the emotion that dominates at that time and gives you opportunity to develop and grow. So when you're in love, when you're happy, you will feel inspirational. You will feel gratitude. You will feel free. You will feel that the justice is you'll feel that whatever you create is so positive that everyone will be accepting that because it's safe for you to do so. And on the other hand, your negative emotions can produce a lot of damage. And for example, of negative emotions, and what comes out of it, sadness, abandon, abuse, bitterness, demotivation, harassment, fear, betrayal, envy, humiliation, hostility, what else I would say, disapproval, betrayal, and manipulation and fear. So all those emotions create all that. And if you feel angry or fearful, that's your swimming pool where you are. That's where you will be, and that's what you would be feeling. And thoughts in this environment, in this internal environment, will be also low vibration and negative in nature. So, for example, you will feel nervous, or you will feel unhappy, you will feel unappreciated, you will feel disgusting, or you will feel paranoid even, or you will feel intolerance or irritability. All that will be provoked by those reactions, those emotional reactions. And of course, your low vibration, low self-esteem, low self-view will produce reduced functioning. You will be probably depressed, or you will be afraid to take on a new project, or be enthusiastic, or share your ideas. You will feel that no, they will not accept my ideas, and for that reason I better not speak up. because I don't want to look stupid, and I don't want everyone to know that. It's painful enough that I know that, so I wouldn't go forward with any of my good beginnings. And that is actually very sad on its own, because you're stopping yourself from growing, from developing. You are just sitting in that pool of sadness or low self-esteem, and nothing good can grow out of it, right? So there are many ways of changing that, and will take a lot of work and will take a lot of self-work, because you need to work on yourself and see if life gives you a pickle, what you need to learn from it. And it's not that life gives you a pickle, it's you look at the life event as something negative, and that's something that you need to be identifying and learning how to control it and how to change it. So for example, you go to work and you know as soon as you're gonna come in, there will be some people that don't like you or don't think you're capable of doing your work, or just miserable on their own, and you're going to be facing them. What kind of attitude you're going to bring to work? You're going to bring fear, low self-esteem, and you're going to bring lots of anxiety to your life if that's the attitude that you're going to work, because you're assuming that this is the environment you're going to be. So as soon as you see, for example, a particular person, say it's your manager, let's just simplify. Say you know your manager is micromanaging and will be picking at you and will be just, watching you, and you up front you already feel anxious. Up front you already feel, okay, I'm not worthy. Soon enough they will realize that I am not able to do my job, and you just create such a negative environment. Even in the morning when you get out of your bed, that's what you already planning. You're planning to do a fearful day for yourself. You cannot control what your manager does or any life events that are going on. You're actually not really in control. But what you can control is your reaction to the events. It's not easy at the beginning, but that's the only thing that you control. So instead of like going to work and something's going on, and you normally would go into panic mode or like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, what should I do? And you are just creating that like vibration of anxiety, which is unhealthy, really. So that's the moment when you need to recognize your emotion, and that's the moment that you need to focus on, okay, what do I do with this emotion? Because if I'm feeling anxious or angry, I really cannot do my job, because that is something that will stay in the way, and I will get the same results as always. People will think of me this way, or I will make a mistake, as I always do. That's what's going on in your head. However, if you come in and for a change, just say, I'll do what I can do. I will try different approach. I will try it in a different way. And yeah, maybe it's risky a little bit. Yeah, it's not always what we will do, but I can offer a different avenue and see if we can do better with that. It's not that terrifying. It's not really, because what we say In my culture, we say that no pottery was made by gods. What that means is, if someone did it, then I can do it. If one man did pottery, I can do it too. And it means that you need to look at yourself differently and start growing that self-esteem and give yourself a chance. And that alone will boost up your day. That alone you will see that it's not as scary, it's not as bad, because maybe the rest of them feel in the same way and they're afraid of me. And I have no idea. Maybe I come across as a mean person, and I need to look into that, because maybe they're terrifying of me or my words or my actions, how positive I am when I speak up. We are so used to blame someone else that we never look into ourselves. And that is not helpful at all. And if you look into how I come across, what's my facial expression, what's my body language, what's my tone of voice, I can have a brilliant ideas, but the way I'm presenting it can be, whoa, no, just because our facial expression is tense. And maybe it's tense because we are afraid. So we are too focused. But if you relax and you're sharing your ideas in an easy way, and you're smiling and your posture is relaxed, it will be received better and you will feel better about yourself. So self-observing, self-analysis will give you good. I know that any emotions, either positive or mostly negative, like if you're super ecstatic all the time, you're gonna get tired eventually, and it's gonna be not good. For example, like people are happy to get married, but they get the happiness somehow goes into overreaction, and you are either anxious or you're just losing control over yourself. So it's not good either, right? So, but the calmness is the way to go, and because the emotion that you go on the top of emotion may do damage to your psychic body, can do damage to your emotional body, and damage to your physical body as well. So just see and analyze what kind of emotion you are going from moment to moment, from day to day. What's your main emotions that you are dealing with daily? What's your story? How are you dealing with your stress, and what's the dominant emotion that you are experiencing? And if you're facing any different kind of life events, it doesn't matter what it is, you can do a few things to help yourself before you act or react, because we are reacting, right? There's a stimuli and there's your reaction. Life is going, it doesn't matter, but your reaction, that's what you in control. And the few things you can do is to first to identify the emotion that you're experiencing right now. Look at it in its face. If this is a fear, just look, okay, I am I'm scared right now. Just identify, yes, I'm feeling scared right now, or I'm feeling angry right now. And then look into why you're feeling that. because they're yelling at me, or they are not doing what they're supposed to do, and that makes me angry. And if you can look into, okay, my tendency is to blame other people, then you will know you are not helping yourself at all, because you're not focusing what's going on internally with you. You're focusing on, okay, who I am to blame. She's yelling at me, I don't love her, she's irritating me, he's too bossy, and whatever. You will always find a reason why you are not well, because they are the reason. And that's not helpful approach at all. So you need to look into it and analyze that. And then after that, when you know that you are angry, you can actually take that anger and you can decide either you need to act on it or not. Do I have to, like, because our action based on our feelings and emotions, right? So if you're feeling angry right now, the few options you can do: you can yell at someone back, you can get physical. Some people do that. Not good, but some people do that. You can slam the door, you can be passive aggressive, or whatever your action, you will do something with that. And that normally what we practice would be negative reaction to the negative feelings. Like, you making me anxious, you making me irritable or frustrated, then I will react in a similar way. I will give that back to you. So I will yell at you. And here you go, conflict, nothing positive, right? But if you think about, like, do I really need to react? Or this is just the person struggling on its own and doesn't know how to control their emotion and actually need help. Maybe instead I can, say, yeah, I see you're upset right now. I'm going to give you some time to relax, and then maybe I come back and we talk. Walk away. You don't need to react. Walk away and collect your thoughts and see what kind of thoughts you have at that moment. Is this person made you feel feeling insignificant? Do you feel disrespected? Do you feel that you've been neglected, or they hate you? Whatever your feelings and thoughts at that moment, sit down and analyze them. And while you're doing that, take a deep breath and just focus on your breath as well, and just breathe, because emotions take a lot of energy, and that, like, whatever reaction is, you can be happily beyond like 9 clouds, and you're still gonna lose your energy because you're reacting. And that means that you have a lot of adrenaline released into your blood, and it makes your heart beating faster. It's just you have physical reaction as well as emotional. So if you relax yourself and get back to the normal breathing, which will reduce your blood pressure and reduce your anxiety, then you can start feeling better, and you can think better and make a better decision. The main goal is to analyze, if you pick the reaction, what would be the steps into consequences. That's actually the main goal. Like, okay, if I react this way, what would be the consequences? What happened with that my reaction? If you able to do that, then you will pick the best reaction, because you don't want to face some of the consequences. The consequences can be good, but you need to pick the proper reaction to have that happen. And that's what you're doing while you're practicing deep breathing, and maybe just like, oh, gosh, what just happened? Okay, here, yeah, I got so nervous. I needed to step out of that meeting. Okay, so what do I do? Okay, if I go back and yell at my boss, no. Okay, what if I just walk in and say, guys, this atmosphere that's not like pleasant, and I'm sure a lot of you feel this way. Let's just change it a little bit to the positive. I know we need to solve some problems, but let's just do it in the most safest way, so everyone will feel better and will feel safe to share their ideas, right? So that's your focus. Your focus is always to improve your inner perception and improve your out layer that surrounds you, your space. You want to improve your space. You want to be in a safe environment. You want people that nearby feel safe with you. So that's how you based your reaction on that stimuli. And again, yeah, that's the best way to deal with the emotion, because we all get emotional, but when you start talking at someone, then you cannot stop yourself. And I've seen that happen, and it's actually very unpleasant, because you're gonna ruin your friendship, you're gonna ruin your relationship, you're gonna ruin the atmosphere that you used to have with this person or with in this environment, and it's just gonna be distracting the whole entire whole entire environment, and you just don't want that. You want the best, right? Because you want improvement. You want to be able to be creative. You want to be able to enjoy life, because that's what you want to be. You don't want to be depressed and scared all the time, right? It's not natural. So you want to improve your environment, but you are doing that by improving your inner environment and your perception, your reaction. And yeah, so that's what I thought I will share with you. Another aspect of this is the intuition. What I found, that intuition actually it doesn't belong in a category of feelings or emotions solidly as much, but it just stays a little bit separate on the side, because we don't really know how to identify intuition. It's something that like intuition doesn't have an organ like the other feelings, like olfactory or your eyes, right? Intuition is something that lives in our guts. Your gut's telling you that this decision is bad and this decision is good, and you go with your intuition, or you dismiss it because your logic steps in and you go by logic. That's normally what's happening with us. But I was researching the intuition and what it means in a spiritual way, and I can tell you that intuition, together with your soul, they are like by your heart, and you know in your heart that intuitively this decision is good and this decision is not. So I think those two sisters, queens of our spiritual body, they actually a little bit ignored by us. So because we don't give much credit to our soul, or we don't give much credit to our intuition, and most of the time logic wins over the intuition, and we go logically because we are so used to think inside the box, and we know that the chain, okay, the policies, the logic or the analysis, it's something solid and proven, and if you start here you will go to from A to B, and that's the end result you're gonna get, and that's most of the time that's what we pick. But inside, intuitively, we know that this is not a good way, or it's not appropriate way, or it's gonna be like way and kind of boring way, but safe, and we dismiss intuition. I wanted to let you know, like, do your own research, see what's intuition and how long it's been around, because intuition has ancient knowledge from your previous lives, and intuition knows the creative way. It's a risk, but it's a good risk. It will expand your mind, and it will break the walls in that box that you are sitting in, and will show you the whole spectrum of the possibilities. And you will get access to, some may say, Akashic records, Akashic readings, or the ancient knowledge of everything and everyone. That's your intuition, because intuition never forgets. Your experiences and your avenues, your memory can forget, but intuition will never. It will alarm you in a way that you feel that my God's telling me something here. And as much as you want to marry, for example, one person because this person is appropriate, having a good job, from a good family, blah, 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 you know, your gut's telling you, no, just go with that person, because that person can offer you love and offer you much more than just money and physical comfort. I'm just using it as an example, right? But because intuition shows you ways that no other logic can possibly offer you. You just need to learn, identify, and trust it. So there are some ways to develop intuition. I wanted to show you. I actually found a few on one of the websites. How to, if I can find, just one moment please, if I can find that. Intuition, where are you? Here. How to develop intuition. So I will just read it. You will have to listen to your gut feelings, and listen to the changes of that gut feelings, because you can start with, actually, like when intuition starts working, at first you will start feeling you can be even fearful, like, whoa, no, that's risky, I never done that before. No, my intuition tells me that that logical way that I thought is safe and good, not good, and I want to try this, but I'm like worried. So you know that that's intuition talking, because you are right there, you're deciding, and the that worrisness or discomfort before you allow yourself to let intuition take charge can be even a little bit unpleasant, because it takes the comfort of making decision that you always was making before. It will take it away. But don't be destroyed, but don't be pushed off your way just because of that, because it's going to change. If you let the intuition to develop into creativity, the intuition, the fear will be gone, and you will start seeing different ways of what you can get in the end, and that would be brave way of trying something. new avenue and a surprising avenue, and you will be like, oh, okay, so this way is logical but boring, and I already have done that, and it's satisfactory but doesn't give me that pleasure that my intuition telling me go here, and you may end up with amazing results instead of just results. So you need to listen to it. Take some time, sit down and develop those feelings and see where the intuition can take you. And that's the one way to listen to the changes in how you actually feeling about that, and what emotion it brings. The ability to listen to the wave that comes with it only can come with practice. So I would recommend you practice, develop your intuition. If you feel intuitively something, just pause and like, oh, here's my intuition. Okay, hello there. Get to know it, because that's something that grows and lives in your body, and you need to get to know it, because that intuition knows you from Adam. You don't. Intuition knows you, and your soul knows you. So when you are given intuition a chance to show you the way, at the end, with that bravery, why does that happen? So that one of the hormones called dopamine will be released, and dopamine will makes you feel that, okay, I'm at ease now. Oh, okay, it's a different way, but I feel that it's going to be a good way. So that dopamine will brings you that lightness, and brings you that happiness, and that's what you need to grab. Like, take it and develop and go further and see what else is there. Develop that intuition into creative ideas, and then choose from those ideas, right? So I think that intuition, if we develop, and gut feelings, if you wish, and our soul influence, has ability to completely restart our self-view, and give us a new avenue, new abilities, and will open the world that we are yet to find for ourselves. And I think it's time for us to come out of our misery and come out of the boring logic, as much as it's safe, and we need to find for ourselves what is our spiritual aspects, what is the soul, what is the spirit, what is the intuition, because most of us only focus on our physical aspect and have no idea what's the other aspects. But we have emotional body, we have psychic body, we have spiritual body, we have pain body, we have so many bodies that are thin, and we dismiss them because we cannot touch them or see them, but we can feel them. You just need to listen to your feelings. And I think that's it for today. And yeah, I was trying to like jam a big topic into some like smaller talk. But I don't know how successful I am. I talk too much and I just can't stop. But thank you for listening. Thank you for being today with me, and thank you for tuning in. into our channel. And if you didn't sign yet, please do so if you like what we do here on our channels, and share with your friends. We would appreciate that. And yeah, I wish you all a wonderful day, wonderful feelings. I want you to experience emotion of love, self-worth, and ability to see the beauty in the nature and in yourself and in others. We'll see you next time. Thank you again. Namaste.